Christ is risen. Christos voskres. I hope you had a wonderful Easter Sunday last week. And it has been a week since the chaos and excitement. 1 week since the empty tomb that we hear in the gospel. So, if the resurrection is such a big deal, such a life changing event, as we all proclaimed last Sunday, then why are we still stuck in the same place? What difference has the empty tomb made in our lives? What has Christ's resurrection done for us? Is your life any different today than it was a week ago? I wonder if sometimes we come to Easter Sunday and the empty tomb on Good Friday, expecting to wake up the next day into a whole new life and a whole new different world. I'm guessing that you awoke on Easter Monday into a same life and a world that you experienced on Good Friday. It's not because the resurrection failed or because Jesus didn't do his thing in our lives. It's because Jesus' thing takes time. Maybe we need to let go of the fact of the empty tomb and start claiming and experiencing the story of resurrection. There's a difference between facts and story. Facts are dimensional. Stories are multidimensional. Facts inform the mind. Stories touch the heart. Facts transmit information. Stories transform lives. Think about it like this. A fact is a static, like a snapshot of a particular moment in time. A story is dynamic, like a movie that takes us across times. The empty tomb is a fact. Resurrection is a story. Maybe we need to begin to understand resurrection as a movie of our life instead of snapshot of Christ's life. The facts are just the starting point for the story, and too often we take the facts as the entire story. Isn't that what we do today as we celebrate St. Thomas's Sunday? But what facts come to your mind when you hear St. Thomas? We all think about him as a doubter. Unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands and put my finger in his wound, I won't believe. Do we know that Thomas's story is different than these facts that we take upon ourselves? Do you know that St. Thomas has died in India? Do you know that he brought the gospel to India and that he died as a martyr after he was run through with 5 spears by 5 soldiers? That doesn't sound much as a doubter, doesn't it? It sounds like someone who grew and changed, someone for whom the resurrection of Christ was real, someone for whom empty tomb made a whole lot difference. It just took a little bit of time, as it does for most of us. So, The great tragedy is not that the disciples were in the same room behind the locked doors, away, being afraid of the world outside. That's just the starting place. The great tragedy would be if the disciples would refuse to open the door and go out and spread the gospel. What are the doors in our lives that are locked? What are the things that keep us stuck in the same place? Both times, the disciples are in the same house, behind the same locked doors as Jesus came in their midst. And both times, he stood in front of them. He came through locked doors. The walls and the locked doors of their house could not keep Jesus out. And the walls and locked doors of the place where they stayed would never be able to keep him out, and will never be able to keep him out of our lives, because he breathes peace and hope into our lives through his resurrection. He breathes peace and strength to us as we journey together through this pandemic. And he brings peace, which is a key to unlock any kind of door. So take a deep breath. Let it give you a hope, courage, and strength to unlock and open the doors of your hearts and lives, so that this glorious feast of resurrection might change your life slowly, day by day. Amen.